Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrible General Health Systems Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
Hi, everybody. Welcome into Bayou Time Sports. Harry McCullough here. We're talking fighting, man. And on the 21st of January, had a big fight at the Thibodeau Auditorium there with one of our local producers and production companies, In Your Face Production, and that's Justin Verdin. Of course, he's the owner and the boxing coach at Extreme MMA and Fitness. A couple of guys on the stage with him is Drake Pellegrin, who's from Houma, fights out of Gladiators of Lafayette, and Jose Torres, who is, you from Thibodeau, but you fight out of Houma.
Yes,
he
sir.
fights with the MMA and the Extreme MMA. So, man, first of all, congratulations on a great product. You said you had 1,200 people showed up the other day?
Yeah, we had 1,200 people there. We had 18 fights on the card, and we started at 6:30. In the fight, about 10:30, it was a perfect night. Man. It was great.
This area, we're producing boxers or fighters, but
Yeah.
what about the crowd and everybody showing up? It seems like everybody's getting used to, hey, we got a fight night tonight.
Yeah, they didn't have nothing else going on. You know, they want to see some action. And when you have the right people in the card, they come in to see them.
Yeah, I don't care if there is something going on. When I can get a chance to go see a fight, it's good. MMA in general, though, this area is picking it up. Like I say, I know we got a lot of tough kids around here, but is people picking up MMA?
Yeah, I think so. It's getting big. You know, we got a few mixed martial arts schools here in Houma already, so it's moving pretty good.
Yeah, I know when I drive home, you know, on Lafayette Street, I know where your gym is, and I see the people that are there. That's always a good crowd of folks there. And in your Face Productions, you guys are doing a good job, and it's a great show.
Yes,
so let's go to the fighters, and you guys are, if anybody can see, Blake still got a little wound going there. Drake, I'm not Blake. But so let's start with Jose, and we'll start with your fight. You had a good fight. Tell me a little bit about your fight.
I was able to fight a great fighter. His name was Adrian Castellana, I want to say. He was a kickboxer. He was pretty talented. He hit me with some great leg kicks, and I'm glad the fight played out the way it did in my.
How much can you study before a guy walks in like that? Do you know what he's going to do, or that's just part of the game?
No, I just got to believe in what my coaches taught me, what my people I train with taught me, and hopefully that it works out from there and just give it all I got.
Well, we got video, so here we are. Describe a little bit about what's happening.
Okay, here I was actually insanely nervous, but it started out quick. As soon as he threw that first little leg kick, my heart went into a little overdrive, and luckily every shot that went from there kind of landed. I want to say it was about 25 little throws I threw.
Oh, goodness gracious. I tell you what, that's a good night, and that's a good feeling, man. I know how much preparation you put into it, and even though it only lasts 18, 20 seconds like that, it's got to be a great feeling, huh?
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, Drake, let's talk about your fight. And there's no feeling like walking in the cage, taking off all your clothes. You got a little shorts on, and you got some gloves, and you against another dude. How were you nervous going in?
I was extremely nervous. I knew the guy I was fighting, Derek Rawls, was going to be the hardest fight I've fought to date. I watched a lot of footage on him, probably too much.
So you did get to train for him.
Probably too much footage, to the point where I was sitting up at night thinking about what he did to other guys and not wanting that to happen to me.
Right, a big part of it. Yeah, so let's take a look at your video and see what's going on here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so going into that third round, I had taken a lot of shots. I was trying to get that takedown early, and luckily I did. He had really good hips, so once I got on top, it was hard to secure a good top position. You can see he gets on top here. Luckily, I'm really good with my jiu-jitsu off of my back, and he tries to slam me here, and it doesn't feel too good. But he actually straightened his own arm out in the process, which gives me this arm bar. So right here, he slams me, and he straightens his own arm out, and he tapped.
He tapped right there.
Yeah, he didn't physically tap on me. He verbally tapped because both of his hands were trapped. So he went tap, tap, tap to let me know he wanted me to let go. Same thing in the first round, and he actually did slam me and get out of it.
So talk to me about this sport in particular. So yeah, it's great to stand up, right, and just pound a guy as Jose did, but it's also tactical. And a guy may have top position on you, but you can grab an arm or a leg or something like that. So how much is that part of your training, learning how to do an attack and then a reversal of attack?
So I'd say like, I train everything. Like I want to train all aspects of martial arts. So you have to be smart about when to use what techniques, really.
What is your technique? What are you fighting?
I'm mostly a grappler, I'd say.
You're a wrestler, okay.
Yes.
And Jose, what about you?
I'm a boxer, but luckily my coaches and them have taught me that fighting is fighting at the end of the day, and whatever you got to do to win is what you got to do to win.
Yeah. So, but your ground game's okay, or is that part of the lessons?
I learned some jiu-jitsu, yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Justin, when you teach, do you have one style? Do you teach Brazilian jiu-jitsu and then work off of there? What do you teach?
We teach everything into the mixed martial arts. You know, our different coaches that teach certain things. I'm gonna come in and teach stand-up, striking, and I have other coaches that come in and teach jiu-jitsu, takedowns, kicking. So we have a little mix of everything in our school.
Yeah, Brazilian jiu-jitsu seems to be the dominant. You got to know a little bit about that, right? I mean, wrestlers seem to have a good advantage too. And did you wrestle in high school,
I
Drake?
did.
Where'd you wrestle?
At Terrebonne High School.
Okay, and then you went as yourself and went to the tournaments and that kind of stuff. I remember y'all don't have a wrestling team, or do you?
We do.
okay.
My first year wrestling was the first year we had a program.
I got
so.
you. And that's a big advantage to know how to handle yourself on the ground.
Absolutely.
And as you see that you were able to, even though he got the top position, you were able to tap him out. Hey, fighter too, right? So
Yeah.
are you still a fighter?
No,
I shouldn't say that, man. I'm looking there's guys that are getting back in the ring, especially MMA. Guys can fight for a little while.
Yeah, that's not gonna be me.
So they had some other fights, and we were talking. I wanted to get into some kid fights, but Rance Ward also fought. He's a guy that's from around this area, some Thibodeau area.
Yeah, he's from Thibodeau. He comes train. He's MMA with our school up on Lafayette Street in Houma.
Okay, so let's take a look at Rance Ward's fight, and he looks pretty good too, right?
He's talented.
Yeah, he did really well. Stayed composed. I mean, got a lot of experience in boxing, and that took effect in this fight. He stayed calm and collected, waited for his punch, and then he did what he did. I thought it was going to be a really good fight.
Yeah. So looking at it, he's moving well. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That was a
delayed.
slow motion.
It was a delayed drop.
Delayed reaction.
Yep.
So he looks a little bigger. What size is he?
They both fought. They both fought at I think they both. It was
Pretty sure it was a catch weight, 165.
Yeah,
165?
Yeah.
Drake, would you fight at?
I fight at 135 pounds.
And Jose?
140, 145.
145. Okay. Well, let's talk about how'd you guys get into it? Start with you, Jose. How'd you get into fighting?
My older brother Omar took me to my first gym when I was younger, actually, and I watched him jump in the sparring ring, and I thought that was the coolest thing. Ever since then, I've been following his.
And you started boxing, but why'd you get into MMA?
Into MMA because it felt like more of a little challenge. But I love fighting. I think if anything, that's one of the things I'm good at, and I'm glad I get the opportunity to do it every day.
And would you like to go, and stay at the house and maybe get on the UFC and that kind of stuff? Is that the goal?
That would be an amazing opportunity, but as long as I could bring my coaches in there with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you out. But obviously, Lafayette, working here on Lafayette Street is just as good as that late Las Vegas house. But no, I know where you want to go. Drake, you're working out of Lafayette.
Yes.
So you're a kid from home, but why'd you end up in Lafayette?
So my fiance's in college in Lafayette.
Good reason.
And I knew they had a really good MMA gym up there where I could we would be out on our own and we'd be able to focus on what we wanted to do with our lives and improve and become better as people.
I covered Daniel Cormier when he was at Northside High School as a wrestler there. He was a 2 or 3 time state champion. Obviously, he went on to do pretty good things with the MMA. And now Dustin Diamond Poirier is doing good. So what's it like, Lafayette, that culture of MMA right now?
It's incredible. I love being over there because you're around a bunch of people who have the exact same goals and are trying to get to the exact same place you are. And you have people like Tim Crater, AJ Fletcher, Dustin Poirier, who are in the room with you every single day, and you can look at that and see how far they've gotten and model yourself after those people who have been where you want to be.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. And it's a hotbed. And look, that's what it takes, right? Being in competition, learning different stuff. And Justin, you've had some pretty good guys coming here. But let's talk about now. It seems like it's getting younger and younger. So it might be controversial, but you got kids at 6 years old are now fighting?
Yeah, 6 years old, they can compete. They train. They take them at 4. But
4 years old. Instead of playing soccer, you're in there wrestling around.
Yeah, if they want to do it, we let them do it. They don't get no headshots, and they can still have fun like they watch the UFC and everything. Right. They enjoy it. So,
you had some fights on.
We had a couple of kids. Yeah, we put them on there. Kid in the red is right here in Houma. The kid in the black is right here in Lockport, training at a school in Lockport. So, they both of them did amazing. 2 little young kids. There's no headshots, so they just working the body. And then this is
how old are these guys?
These kids are 10 and 11, and they do this one's called pancreation. Yep, they do pancreation.
Pancreation,
and it's no headshots, and they do everything just like they do it in the cage, but
almost wrestling though,
just
right?
wrestling.
Yeah.
Yep, and they do everything the same. They got the pads to protect themselves. Everything's legal and well protected for the kids.
Yeah.
And the referee, you can see the referees are right on top of it, watching everything. It was good.
They don't go 5 minutes, huh?
No, they was only going for a minute and a half around.
I got you.
Yeah.
Wow. So it looked like he was choking him out there.
Yeah, it was trying hard.
So they were doing something, but yeah. So look at these guys.
And this is this is a 6-year-old one with no shirt. He's here in Houma, and the other one's Aaron Phillips' kid out of Lafayette. His dad fights in the UFC right now. So that was a great matchup too. 2 6-year-olds.
And so you can see the way they're boxing. They're not hitting headshots. They're both looking for body shots.
Yeah, you can see our kid's more of a boxer. He throws nothing but body shots. He's a really good boxer. He's just too young to actually compete in boxing, but he can do it in this right now.
But look, and I guess that's the point I was making earlier on. This fight is so much too. I listen to Rogan and Dan Cormier when they're calling, and there's a counter move to everything.
Yeah.
So it's all about learning those moves, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
So what have you guys, Jose? Let's start with you. What have you learned in the short time you've been doing it? How fast do you expand your knowledge of the game?
It takes a long time. You just got to keep going every day. You miss one day, you forget a lot of things. So it's really just keep training on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, same with you, Dre?
Absolutely. I've been doing it 13 years now, since I was 7 years old, and you learn every single day. There's still stuff that anyone could teach you anything.
Yeah. So Justin, when's our next big fight?
So actually, June 24th, we're coming back to the Houma Civic Center. With another one. So
nice. Well, I can't
be a
wait.
big one.
Man, I appreciate it. Guys, thanks so much. I respect the hell out of you Warriors, man. It's a different lifestyle. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, that's Bayou Time Sports. We'll be right back after this.